If it's a glue, it's a great option as
There you
well.
go.
When I give the word.
Alice Khalid.
Is picking.
Yeah, good picks.
Wow, okay.
So, I take the Baksha.
But
Yeah,
does this
Fred
mean
Finn-
that Evos don't contest the turtle one?
Oh, they do. They do. That's what they want. Evos. They want to contest. They want to go ban for ban right now. Araki are building towards neutral objectives. Evos say, let's go.
Okay. Exciting. Final thoughts, Arash?
I feel like both teams are gonna like duke it out in the neutral objectives, but when it comes to clear speed, we saw how important clear speed is. I feel like Evos has a bit of an edge here just because of the Khalid.
Considering dangerous grass as well, there's also a lot of places where the Khalid can move around the map, roam around the map, try to pressure as well, but Bucks is a really good choice, right? Not as easy to pressure. We'll see exactly how this pans out. Ladies and gentlemen, once again,
Ooh.
the 38
Ooh.
Classic Derby, even the lineup rating is very 50-50. So let's see which way this first game will sway. Will RRQ be able to take the first game, or can the White Tigers find their momentum? Let's head over to the Land of Dawn.
The Kingdom in Ruins still, to this day, winless. Evos, though, with a win over Dewa yesterday, top 3. If they want to stay there, they got to win here. They got to cement themselves at top 3.
Both teams fighting for something, fighting for consistency, fighting for a fixed place in the standings. We'll see how this goes, man. In the mid lane already, the early game aggression coming through. Patrick trying to match it, but might take a bit longer than that.
This is what we were expecting, right? That aggression in the mid lane. You can already see the rotations coming through. As we also take a look at the emblems, does anything stand out?
Well, Master Assassin for both gold laners and Polo just together for both mid laners. So they're really doubling down on this idea that the mid lane is a bit more of a utility pick. Although again, the Heskio has more to say on that later on.
Absolutely. More range, more poke as well. We saw an earlier build with the Enchanted Talisman. I'm not sure which way he's going to actually itemize, but right now it looks like he's not having the greatest of times.
Yeah, he has the flicker. A flicker burned early.
Good aggression from RRQ. And even in the gold lane, it seems like Hiroki's got a handle on things. It's a slow build-up, man, but again, both teams need their ultimates, want their ultimates, and both teams are gonna duke it out at the neutral objective. So this is quite literally the calm before the storm.
Talent prediction though by GoPay. It looked like what? 2, 3, 4?
Wow.
4v2.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You and Arashi.
I have a feeling, you know, they fixed a lot of things last week. It just comes down to execution. I trust in R7. I think he brought good, at least. Oh, wait. They're gonna go Super Dan. Oh, he's cooked. He's ganked all the way. Oh, he gets away, but he gets pulled back by few. First blood to Evos.
So we're talking about the first neutral objective of the game, how they're going to go ban for ban. Evos make their first move by eliminating that EXP lane.
Yeah.
And now they have more control over this objective.
Uh-oh, Edok going in all the way. And that's going to be Alpha with the Red Team win, obviously. And RRQ, they took a 4v3. Supercan's going to be pulled back. Oh, the SOD doesn't land. Supercan pops a regen. Luke tries to chase him in the back line. Goes in all the way, but he actually might have made a mistake. Luke's going to be the trade now. Yehezkiel. No, it's Dan who gets the kill.
Damn. Very aggressive by Luke. He thought he could get the kill over Supercan, but still a little bit too tanky. Supercan gets out. Evos get the neutral objective, but they trade Luke for it.
Man, what an interesting turn of events right there. Both teams. I mean, Evos got the first move by getting the pick off right before the turtle, so great timing on that. Afterwards, though, certainly was a bit overzealous to try and pick off a Baksha of all things, right? Very tanky in the early game. What do they want to do now, though? Because they're already on the back foot.
I think they still have time, yeah? They're still waiting on, you know, the power spike from Kuroki. Waiting for that crazy play that he might be able to do, but right now he's caught very low. Could still be okay. But I feel like the EXP lane is very interesting. In this Yuzong and Alice trade, who wins that matchup?
Oh, I feel like generally the Yuzong is considered to be superior, but Few!
Oh, really good Crimson Beacon, but I think he's caught here. Radiant Sandstorm coming down, but Few still mounted on. Edok takes him out.
The glue maneuvers on the top side though, yeah?
Exactly. Elan's very low.
Yeah, he's getting cut out. They're giving the gold over to Kuroki and RQ. Look like their former selves.
Very good start. It's a very good start.
They gave away the first blood, so Superken won't add another one to his name, but they're actually increasing the gold advantage ever so slightly. And again, this Khalid Tushin mid lane that in theory should be very, very dominant. RRQ are doing a good job managing it.
I feel like after level 4, things get a little bit more tricky, right? The real world manipulation comes to play. So when it comes down to like the neutral objectives, RRQ have a lot more answers now compared to earlier on. You can already see Key posturing up, opening up vision, looking to find something here maybe, give information over, but Albert's still at the purple buff.
Oh, wait. Evos don't seem to be in a position to contest at all. They let it go.
They can't contest. Not with the Yuzong there. Regin would just get petrified, Furious dove on, so they instead just wait.
Very safe, even though we thought there was going to be a duking out in the neutral objectives. Evos realize the danger of Super Dan. He isn't behind at all, right? 1-1, so still pretty even. Definitely needs to be respected, even though on a fighter, less so, it's still a big problem.
A lot of these players are actually on high cortisol, checking out their BBM. Man, Super Ken needs to chill a little. I guess he's feeling the heat, feeling the pressure here in the first game of the series. Things have quieted it down a little bit. He looks for an opening onto Kuroki, but unfortunately unable to find it. There's some follow-up here. Do they want to go for the trade, or are they just pushing for the turret?
Man. Superkin actually won that retry against Albert, despite Albert having that first skill to help him with the retry.
Good signs for our kill. Gold lead extending from 500 to 1,000. Whoa. Gotta be careful. Man, I think both teams actually want to go and move around, but I think Key in particular is getting blocked off just because Superken is also rotating equally as fast. So the Khalid really isn't as slippery as he would want it to be. 1.3k.
Yeah, it's not good. I feel like Evos don't really have a winning lane at this point, right? The top lane is definitely in favor of Kuroki. We're not seeing Luke being able to do much either. Mid lane as well with the Eve on Yeheskiel, not doing too great. Audience prediction 60% still though for Evos.
That's been the trend in recent times. 15 seconds to go before the next neutral objective. And again, this time the screening from RRQ is catching Key in their vision again and again.
Look at that gold lead. Building 2-1, slow game.
Oh, Yeheskiel.
He might have overstepped a bit. No. He gets away. Lantern player on Superken. Now's the time to strike for Evos. Fuel! Uh-oh. Crimson Beacon baited out before the fight even starts. Ark, you're happy with it.
Yeah, that's not great. That's not great. All spells are up. All resources are also still up for RRQ. That's
Whoa! You know the jump, but yeah, skill comes around. That's Kuroki, the lazy duet, and the turtle goes to Superken, who's now still on the shield unity. Wants to jump on Luke, but he's all alone. Wait a minute. It's okay. He's a Baksha. He's a tanky boy. But RRQ. Oh, that's what he lands. Raging Sandstorm, no flicker. Kuroki with the BMI back, and Erlan will get a turret down below. He'll rotate mid. He'll go straight to the top lane.
Clean stuff for RRQ. They get the neutral objective. They also catch Few off guard, being able to trade him out as well. That's 2 for the price of none. RRQ now with a 2,000 gold, and it looks like Superken might be looking for more.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute, that's really greedy.
Yeah, Albert gets the retry, but it is a Baksha. Pops into Poisson, and he's fine. He's all good. Buys some time. Get some space for Kuroki to take a turret too.
Wow, the fact that there's not enough shred in the other members of Evos, they really have to rely on Erlan to really deal with Superken. He's been getting away with some of these really aggressive moves. That might be, you can call it luck, but it seems like calculations, man.
Rashi, remember, when Superken gets the
Baksha, it's a done deal. It hasn't been a done deal for multiple times this season.
That one was Herod revitalized.
Yes.
That don't count.
Yes, but again, it's a done deal.
You can see it. You can see it reflected into the gameplay. He knows the limitations.
Oh.
He knows his calculations as well. It looks like Albert is trying to steal the purple buff. We'll actually be able to get it as well, but he burned that retribution along with it. Should be okay because of the timing with the next Lord.
At some of the items here, glowing ones, of course, for the side of RRQ. So all this healing on the side of Evos won't really be as efficient or annoying. Okane's Wings already completed for Super Dan, so he fully expects to just dive in the back and take as much damage as possible. All things said, it's still plans as usual. The Radiant Armors for the side of Evos, though, they fully expect to be getting poked down a lot by Yehezkiel. But again, even with the Radiant Armor, eventually those bolts are gonna hurt.
By the way, Erlan yesterday against Maybe, he went for Bargain Hunter instead of Master Assassin, and he was amazing. So this game, he's actually gone back to Master Assassin. Is it because he wants to play in the side lanes more?
That could be it. And right now, Kuroki might have to be a bit careful just because the Chastised Pauldrons completed for Albert. Attack speed slows will be impactful. That's a free turret though.
Ooh,
Not
no,
just
it's
yet.
not. Erlan keeps it up, but he loses his flicker.
Right before the Lord pick as well.
Might not even participate immediately. Man, RRQ are outmaneuvering them. The Yeet pick is allowing RRQ to slow down Evos and avoid engagements, and also keep poking them down.
That's one of Yehezkiel's signature picks, right?
The Ghost.
The Ghost of Jakarta.
You don't see him. And you'll see the damage stats later, and it'll be crazy. Luke has to go in. Dragon already used one to ruin the flicker. Big combo resensor by Key as well. But they're out damaging them. That's gonna be the damage coming through over on Key. The SOD misses. Albert all alone. R7 celebrating in the back as Kuroki tries to dive. But they're just gonna go for the Lord as Erlan goes for the orange buff and gets a turret in trade.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Evos now definitely on damage control. But again, what a play by RRQ. A 1-4-3 trade. They only trade 8 off their roamer for it. And they also pick up that Lord. Unfortunate stuff. I mean, I don't know. Would it be different if Erlan hit his ult?
I don't think so, man. The way that the fight went, especially with Super Dan getting the back line, he caught the members of Evos right in the slimmest part of the jungle corridor. You cannot get out of that, man. They were taking way too much damage.
Kuroki?
Oh, Kuroki!
Oh, he had to use a BMI. They might go for the chase. The SOD lands as well. Radiant Sandstorm, but oh, Kuroki!
He goes back.
and almost gets a kill on Erlan! This actually might be a winning team fight now. Erlan in the back, dove on by Super Dan. Erlan! Survives! A double for him! He gets 3! Wow!
1-4-3 trade. 1-4-2 trade, rather.
Oh no!
Wait, Evos are slowly climbing back. Wait. All in all, I mean, Kuroki is known for making those plays,
Should have
right?
just been Kuroki. Dan didn't have Petri. It was on cooldown.
But they went in. They committed to it, and now they're not going to be able to push the Lord with it as well.
Man, that's unfortunate. And the fact that
Petri was on cooldown.
they were forcing it, man. It wasn't how the fight was supposed to go. But Super Dan thought he could salvage it somehow. But now that the Lord that they've worked so hard to get has been taken away, the gold lane, the gold lead is back down to below 1k. That was supposed to be the big Lord and would stop the macro movements of Evos. That was going to shut down Erlan technically. But now, with that turn of events, Evos has bought a lot more time here to play the split push game.
And, you know, Erlan's actually built the next item first before Kuroki.
Yeah. Well, he has the item advantage, that's for sure.
He has Wind of Nature now.
And if you look at the items of Yehezkiel, he went for the Divine Glaive. So he's trying to get more damage overall, not really caring about the extra bolts from the Wishing Lantern. So that's an interesting option there. He went with the cooldown boots as well, so this is a build that I don't remember having seen recently.
But like, if Aldo was here, he loves the Ice Queen one.
Yeah. He's
Ice one,
abuser.
Sabong.
I mean, it's so good. Part of why Evos are finding it so difficult is to actually engage a fight, they need Luke or Key to land a big ulti, similar to what we saw in match number 1, right? The lack of small crowd controls. Unless they do so, they cannot just move forward and chase down RRQ because of the Ice Queen's wand. That also opens up the potential for Kuroki to get a big blazing duet. But again, it has to be calculated and they have to be coordinated.
Not like before. Midwave is pushing. It looks like they're still going to be able to clear that. 14 seconds for the next neutral objective to spawn. Item check. It looks like Wind of Nature as well has already been built by Kuroki, so that does go into the calculations. Really good read as well by Erlan. Going to be able to clear in that bottom side of the map. Kuroki, oh, okay.
Yep. Erlan. Oh, wanted to get at least a basic attack there.
Should be a full rotation towards the Lord for RRQ. But again, they have to push the tempo. Erlan is going to immediately try and push it back. Super can?
Yeah. Try to bait out a red tree. Couldn't get it.
Wow, the Lord dance.
He even gave the purple buff to Yehezkiel.
Interesting. It's gonna be the attempt. I think they are planning on having a poke battle with Ezekiel, but if Ezekiel oversteps, it's still dangerous for him. Oh, Luke, the flowing bloods, man, that always keeps you guessing.
Super can. Killed Unity. Wave at the bottom lane. Not a slow push built by Erlan. He just left it.
Yep.
Kuroki gets caught in the taunt. Oh man, he's so low. Throwing a ruin, and the Purify comes out with a blazing web. Key misses it. SOD to the back line. That lands. Erlan looking for the damage over on the Lord as Luke gets the kill on Yehezkiel. Nuke hiding right now. Luke mounted on. He's able to go for the dash all the way back, and it's going to be Key with the zone as Kuroki goes on him, takes the kill over. Now it's Super Ken looking for more. Lancer Flare knocking him off. Erlan! It's just piercing through them. Goes in for the stun, lands it on him. Erlan with a double. Erlan with a triple. Kuroki forced to run back to his kingdom.
And hide! Forced back into his kingdom and hide! What a play! 4 for the price of 2. They did that so well. Erlan was still behind with Albert in order for them to secure the objective to take the Lord for themselves. And the rest of the members, they bought enough time for Erlan to come back into the team fight, deal out the damage, and render everyone else from RRQ useless. Remember, it was RRQ holding this game.
Definitely a turn around right now for Evos, and they got the base turret on the far side too. Everything going so well for them. The fact that Kuroki got caught there, forced to use the Blazing Duet onto 2 members, that severely lowered their fighting potential.
Absolutely.
I mean, again, he's known to make the risky plays, but he's gonna make sure that he knows the timing on when to do so, man. That was not ideal, to say the least, for RRQ.
Was that like panic? Did he panic? Like, oh, crap, I got taunted. Time to Blazing Duet.
I think he Blazing Duet to get that extra healing
exactly,
as
for
well.
survivability, right?
It did keep him alive a bit longer, but as a result, you know, Erlan had no danger whatsoever. He's just going in untargeted.
And that's the beauty of the Moskov versus the Claude, right? You're not reliant on your ultimate, but wait a second, that's a mount.
Gets pulled back. But look at Luke. Albert caught in the edge of the RWM. He's still able to survive. Key now on the back line. Jumps in, able to find the stun. Erlan still running away. And as Super Dan jumping off. Luke still able to survive. The SOD lands in the back line. No way. Erlan. Are you going to take that? Oh, he's just going to go on 10. He makes RRQ think with the SOD, and then he just chops the dragon down.
But remember, they trade Albert for that. 20 seconds for him to spawn back into the game. And we have 45 seconds for the Lord to spawn. So it's not half as bad for Evos. But a Super Dan trade for an Albert trade. What do you think about that?
If the Lord was closer to spawning, that would have been better. But you can see immediately the difference in fighting prowess when Kuroki goes in there. I think the bigger factor right now is the fact that the Purify was used by Kuroki in that fight. So if there was another fight right here to decide who gets the Lord, Kuroki won't have the Purify for the outplay, but neither will Erlan with the Flicker. Right? Battle spells have been expended.
I gotta say, I mean, the fact that Kuroki's been leading into, you know, the memes that's been circling around the internet, this is like his redemption game, right? This is his redemption match. If he loses this...
I think it doesn't look that bleak. I think there's still a winning angle for RRQ for sure. You can see Evos really respecting it. See Albert completed as well. Now, you saw Albert and Luke buy a lot of time. That will no longer be the case. Don't forget that Yehezkiel has built the Wishing Lantern as well. And he went with the Winter Crown actually as for his final item. So he is having contingencies for the dive option from Erlan. There's still a good teamfight angle from RRQ for sure.
Yep. Slow push by RRQ up top. Erlan going to be sent towards it. That's why Evos want to hold this for as long as they can. But I think Erlan might have to just play safe with the team. This is an Evolved Lord. I think he might have to just stack with the team.
It's too risky.
Oh, you don't.
He clears the mid lane. He's walking to the Lord Dance now.
Yeah.
Interesting. The conceal into the Lantern Flare, that really didn't buy too much attention, but I guess it got Evos thinking like, whoa, conceal.
Wait, it's Evos' slow push now. Uh-oh, RRQ. I think they gotta take the gamble.
I think they have to. It's only a matter of time. They're going to go for the Lord clear.
It's so low. Edok goes into the back instead of going for the Lord. SOD to the back line. Erlan goes in for the kill, but now it's going to be Kuroki all inning onto him. Erlan pops in with nature, goes for the Spear of Misery, kiting back against Super Ken as the rest of the team goes in, peels for him. That's an immortality for Erlan. Bought in time as he sells it with nature. The rest of the team's coming down, but Key will lose his immortality. Albert kites away with 1 HP. Yeheski with the glowing wand. Erlan kiting away now against Edok, doing the same thing as Luke. Tanks up a Storm in the front. Does he go back in? That's View, bringing Edok back into the fray. Luke will heal. RRQ got the Lord. Oh my Lord.
What a dance. What a dance by both of these teams. Everyone was kiting really, really well. But unfortunately, yes, for Evos, RRQ were the ones to pick up the Lord. They trade once again Albert and Super Dan for it. But what a dance. Did you see the way Kuroki and Erlan were like moving around that team fight?
Don't forget Edok as well and the rest of the team. There was a lot of things being done there to shift the movements of the team in either direction for both teams. But now with RRQ picking up the Evolve Lord, this is like a 5v5 angle, surely, with all these big ultimates available for RRQ. They want to go for a decisive one.
This is dangerous for Evos.
Yeah.
This Evolve Lord, they can stack his 5 and they got that damage reduction. You saw how tanky they were without it.
That and Evos only have, I guess, Erlan, right, to clear. Few doesn't clear as well. I mean, compared to, if we're talking about like siege potential, they have Yeheskiel, they have Kuroki as well. Super Dan has the Black Dragon form ready too. They're definitely gonna lose at least a base turret now.
Eyes on Yeheskiel, by the way.
Bought the immortality, already used the Winter Crown earlier. Perhaps a mount on Luke. Super Ken gonna be taunted. Look at Kai, look at Luke. Utilizing the glulets, utilizing the mini-wave, but now it's down by the RWM. Luke has to get away. Albert buys the Winter Crown, but Luke will die! That's Erlan piercing through again. RQ have lost a lot of HP bars. Super Dan with a Petrify, but Few reacts in time with the Crimson Beacon. Erlan go over the wavy dog! Jumps in over on Erlan, he's able to cut away, pauses with an nature, goes on Kuroki, base wide open, but Erlan is still there to defend. Evos lose 2 base turrets, but they fend off the kingdom.
Still worth it for RQ. Unfortunately, the base turret that they were able to take down is on the same side as the Lord spawning, so they're not going to be able to play around the far lane. But all in all, Erlan did that so well. He was able to dodge all the skills coming in from Yeheskiel, as well as Kuroki, not allowing Edok and Super Ken and Super Dan to be a threat. And it was enough for them to buy time to clear out those waves in order for RRQ to take that game down.
Now it's just a difference in DPS source, man. There's 2 DPS sources from the side of RRQ with Yeheskiel. Oh, wait, Super Ken getting caught.
Yeah, he got taunted now. Fuse goes to the back line. Beautifully done. The piercing arrow as well. Erlan's still playing the back. Kuroki jumps in over on Fuse. Pops in the blazing weapon. Erlan's able to cut away against Super Dan. The furious dive will knock him up. Super Ken looking for the damage, but Erlan's getting peeled by everybody. Kuroki falls to Luke. Erlan's still alive! And he finally dies! Now it's Edok and Ken against the world. Immortality from Albert as he pops in with a crown and gets a taunt on a Super Ken. That's Luke on Edok. Big bonk coming down. Key, the 2 frontliners making 3 on Super Ken. He buys immortality, but look at the mini wave in the mid lane. That's a winner crown by Super Ken. He's trying to delay as long as he can. But now it's just Edok on the glue. Can he mount them? Wave in the mid lane. There's a wave that spawns in for Evos as well. 20 seconds on Yeheskiel. Edok goes for the mount, is able to buy even more time. Those are some big waves coming in on the base. And it's a Juicin left to defend. Evos get rid of Edok. Now they look towards the Lord. Yeheskiel's up in 5. They don't have damage. This is going to be a long Lord.
The timings are bad. The timings are bad for RQ. Kuroki spawns in 7 seconds. Do they want to take the gamble? Erlan is still 6 seconds away as well. Yeheskiel already up. Do you think they're going to be able to do it?
Yeah, they get it. It's too dangerous.
They get the Lord.
They get the Lord. This is free. No way. Right?
No way.
Making his way in as a damage. Oh, just the orange buff.
All right.
Damage control. Damage control.
Good discipline from RRQ. They understand that if Yeheskiel or Kuroki run into anyone in the bushes, it's done and they're out for another 40 seconds. They opt for giving the Lord. Now it's Evos' turn with an Evolved Lord. And they've been winning some of these team fights. The cancels on Kuroki's Blazing Duet have been so good from the side of Evos. It's almost like Few waits and leaves the stacks onto him to lift him with the Lantern Flare at the right moment. Now RQ has good clear, good defense. But Evos, if they dive properly and they get to Kuroki, this is a winning angle.
I've never seen a Zushin sell boots before. He sold the boots for Divine Glaive.
It's all in.
Not even a Wishing Lantern.
He already has the Wishing Lantern.
Oh wow, you're right.
He has everything.
It's all in. Fuse all in for this last push.
Legit.
The drama. my
Oh,
God.
okay, wow.
No way.
I like it.
You like it?
Dude, when we were finishing match 1, me and Arashi were walking up because you went in first, right? And I told Arashi, I hope this is gonna be like a good classical derby because I think a lot of classical derbies we've been hyping up season after season and things get a little one-sided. But this is so close.
Yeah.
This.
Don't miss anything. Okay.
Okay.
Lord up top. Black Dragon form used. They want to go in on Yehezkiel. He pops into RBM, but they're all in. Oh! Spew! Who picks up the kill? Kuroki gets bursted out. Super down with a massive petrify, but there's just not enough damage to follow it through. Erlan's there, free hitting. Oh, he gets hit by the turret. He buys the Rose Gold and the Immortality. It's GG for game 1. Luke with the winner crown inside of the base. He loses life there, at least the Immortality. Erlan, Evos, they get game 1.
Game number 1 goes to the hands of the White Tigers after such an intense game.
Wow.
Straight after the pause. Really good opening as well by Evos earlier on to instantly take down Kuroki. Without Kuroki, without Yehezkiel, it's impossible for them to clear. And so, unfortunately, for RRQ, they'll have to try again for game number 2.
What a clean way to end it as well. They identify the factors that might extend the game even longer. They jump on Yehezkiel, they save spells and deleted Kuroki as he goes in right there. And there was something RRQ could do. They needed their backline. Despite that game plan that was executed so well, getting all the neutral objectives, like some of the players mentioned.